So people ask me a lot about how to pick a therapist. How do they know who's a good therapist, who's not, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to give you 5 red flags that you might consider when choosing a therapist. So number one is going to be, do they have the proper education, proper credentials? So we're talking a licensed professional, right? We're not talking about a coach or a spiritual advisor. We're talking about a licensed professional who says to you that they are such a licensed clinical social worker, licensed marriage and family therapist, licensed professional counselor, licensed mental health counselor, whatever they call them, psychologist, psychiatrist, etc. That person should have the proper education, a minimum of a master's degree. If we're talking therapists, if we're talking psychologists, should be doctorate. Psychiatrists should be a medical doctor. So there's certain education levels that correspond with your particular role. Additionally, there are certain credentials. There are certain licenses and certificates sometimes that accompany your education. So you want to make sure that this person is who they say they are. And if they say they are a licensed professional, they will have a proper level of education and a proper license to accompany that. You also want to check and make sure that that license has not been suspended, or have they been disciplined for some reason or another. All of that information is found at your local board office. So two, they another red flag would be they try to be your friend or be your lover. So you realize that you're going to your sessions, for example, and they are being a little bit too laid back with you, too laughy jokey, too hey girl hey, too more interested in gossip, telling you about their lives. Things like that should not be happening in your session. Your session should be focused on particular goals, and you should be working toward those goals. You should feel like you're in a therapeutic environment and you're doing work, not so much like you're hanging out with a friend, though that you could be very comfortable with your therapist and it can feel very kind of laid back. It should still have a professional overtone or undertone to it. Three, your therapist should be listening to you. They shouldn't be on their phone. They shouldn't be distracted in some other way. They shouldn't be, I don't know, Googling something, up ordering something. I don't know what kind of random things people have done. I've heard some very strange things though. Your therapist should be attending to you. That means they should be looking at you, they should be listening to you, they should be tracking, they should be giving you feedback. So they should be focused on you. Their energy and effort should be on you for that 55 minutes that you are with them. Number four would be breaking confidentiality. So they should not be telling your partner or your mother or whoever your business. What you talk about in your session should be between you and your therapist. So if you find out later that, you heard the same story and you're like, that's exactly what I should, that should not happen. By law, your licensed professional, your licensed therapist is required to keep that information to themselves and not share that with other parties. Number five, they should not be giving you their values or giving you advice according to their lives. So you may be working with someone who is a Christian, unless you have said to them, hey, I'm a Christian and I want to have my sessions kind of focused toward Christianity. I wanted to talk about, things in the Bible and what would Jesus do and those types of things. That should not be given to you. Your therapist now may ask you if you have any particular religious beliefs, and I think that would be a good approach, but they should not just be assuming that you are Christian or trying to make you, any religion, Buddhist, Muslim, anything, or anything else. So I have some particular values that are specific to me, what matters to me, say monogamy. That doesn't mean that you have those views and values. So your therapist should be listening to you and taking cues from you about what you value, what's important to you, and helping to ask you questions that support that, not telling you what you need to do, not giving you advice on how you need to live your life. It's your life, you get to decide. So those are my top 5. Make sure that your therapist is properly educated and credentialed, that they are keeping the boundaries of your relationship in place, and they are not straying off and doing things that are inappropriate, that they are listening to you and providing you with a therapeutic environment to give you the support that you need, that they keep your information confidential, and that they avoid giving you their values, that they allow you to lead and choose what is appropriate for you. So keep those things in mind as you go off searching for a therapist. And if you have questions, we can discuss them. Drop them in the comments. All right. Have a great day. Love you. Good luck.